Like I didn't go to the hospital, or as a man, didn't go to the hospital till they passed out, like literally, and they don't know why. And was it, cancer or a congenital? What is that? A heart disease?
Congenital heart failure.
Yeah, yeah. So that and we didn't know about these things. And again, men being men, we're supposed to be providers and strong or whatever. Ain't no doctor gonna tell me nothing. And that's just the mentality that they had. So I could see where, to me, like it's almost like culturally in our head to be a man's man. You're not going to show weakness. And I ain't gonna lie to you. They don't build them like they used to. Literally, my dad.
Not even for any one of us here.
Right.
And that's not a dig at any of you at all. It's just the way that our environment has changed. It's made us more sickly.
hold on real quick while you talk about that. Hold on, I gotta get this weight.
One, two, 3, 4.
But Sean, let me ask you a question. What's something that if you wouldn't have gotten checked up that wouldn't have been found?
I'm diabetic. I got diagnosed, just going to a regular physical. Like I did martial arts my whole life. And I've always been a plus size model. Let's be very clear about that. You know what I'm saying? There's much more of
I like
me.
how you put that, dog.
Yeah, there's much more of me to love. Right?
Hell yeah.
I mean, so, but then I have good genes. My dad, like I said, he smoked till, till he's 93 years old. But my mom, she's born in the islands. And during the time that she was, born, like, during that World War II era, around that, a lot of culturally, like, I don't know what y'all know what spam is. Y'all know what spam?
Oh God, I hate spam.
You know what I'm saying? But in our culture, in the island culture, that's what the meat is.
Dude, that's sold at that sold spam sandwiches are sold in McDonald's out there.
Oh yeah. I mean, you get spam breakfast and all that stuff, right?
Like spam with white rice is like. Oh, man.
So,
it's a delicacy.
Oh man,
right? So
it should be.
But in our culture, but that's high sodium processed meat, and that's what they used to, feed soldiers, right? Like back in the World War II days, when they're fighting across the Pacific, that's what they had to eat. But these are soldiers, right? I mean, they going through 10,000 calories a day or whatever. That's what they need to sustain themselves. But culturally, we're eating it as a delicacy, as it's a treat or whatever. And then, of course, through the generations, we have high blood pressure. We have this, we have that. And, so diabetes, it's on my mom's side. My dad didn't have it, but I wouldn't have known that, until I got a blood test for it. So I got diagnosed with diabetes at 35. So when I was a little bit older, and that kind of crushed my soul. Because I'm like, damn, I mean, it's like one of those things where, you're pre-diabetic, you got to watch your sugars. Whatever. I'm a man's man, right? Next thing you know, boom, you crossed over, And, for me, Sensei Jon brings it up all the time. My wife, actually, she was diabetic. She had got bariatric surgery to kind of help bring her weight down, to help control her diabetes. And I ain't like that. I was in denial about my diabetes, and my wife kind of helped me through, like, this is what it is, this is what, go to these classes, do this, do that, just to help control your blood sugars, because if your blood sugars get too high, it's like having glass go through your arteries, and obviously those cause more problems. So being diabetic was one. And, like I said, the studies, I'm not going to quote no specific studies, but a lot of people have diabetes that are undiagnosed with our Western type of diet. And, bigger is more, so that's one thing. And then the other thing was sleep apnea.
Okay.
I went and got a sleep study done, just like what you said yours is. You're going to have yours in May. I work in transportation. So I let the hospital know, hey, I'm in transportation. I need this for my job. So they kind of streamlined me. They were going to kick me out 3 months versus like 3 days because I told them it was for work. But I snore, so the wife don't like that. But when they did a little sleep study, they said like I was right on the cusp of having sleep apnea, but having a CPAP machine helps, and that helps with the with me being tired and things like that too, making sure I get enough good sleep. And that was, if you guys, do any of you guys have a CPAP? Well, I know Njord doesn't if you didn't do the sleep study, but it's like this rig they put on your face. And
my dad has a CPAP.
Okay, and it's very uncomfortable. Like especially if you're not used to, or you can't sleep without, if you're irritated or something like that, you really can't good sleep if something's touching you. It is definitely something to get used to, but I definitely have gotten used to it, and I use it, and I could feel the difference. So,
Is yours like the full goes over your mouth and nose, or just your nose?
Just my nose. Just have
yeah. My grandpa had one that was like it went over his mouth and nose, and I got the one that just goes over your nose, and it's like, so it's a lot more bearable. I would think.